I don't think you could add any more bling in. We've got diamonds, we've got chrome, we've got glitter, and we've got foil. And the foil is rose chrome holo. Hello and welcome to another video from Natasha Lee, and this week I'm doing nail art, shock horror. And I'm going to be covering something I've been wanting to do for ages, and this design I've seen popping up loads over the last 12 months. And it's a sort of geometric line design, but I wanted to add a twist, and I wanted it to be rose gold. And then I discovered I had a rose gold holographic or holo nail foil, so I was like, wow, I have to use that. So I'm going to be doing this design today in gel polish, but you can achieve this in nail polish, and at different stages during the video I'll link to videos which show you how to achieve the same look with nail polish as opposed to gel polish, which I'm sure that makes sense. So as always, I'm going to begin by cleansing those nails, and this is 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going in with my base coat, which is all about the base, and I'm going to apply a nice thin layer over the whole nail. Now I will put full links to all the products in the description as I always do. If I miss anything out, please just drop me a comment down below and I will add it in. And we're going to apply this to all of our nails, and then we're going to cure in our lamp. Now, because we're going to be doing different designs on different fingers, as base colours I'm going to be using two different colours. And the first is Queen Vic. It almost is a rose gold, a gold shimmer through a sheer pink shimmer, golden pink shimmer, golden pink semi-transparent shimmer. And the other is Peaches and Cream. So I'm going to begin on the pinky finger, or the little finger, with Peaches and Cream. And this polish is such a good quality that if you apply it evenly and without the coffee shakes like me, you'll be able to apply just one coat. Clean up with a clean-up brush, and then we're going to go onto the middle finger as well. And the closer up I see these nails, the more I wish I'd done them before I started filming. God, I love this colour. And I'm also going just to apply that on my thumb, and then on my index finger and my ring finger I'm going to apply the Queen Vic. How pretty is that colour? Love it. And then the index finger as well. And now we're going to pop them in the lamp to cure. On the middle finger I have used my isopropyl alcohol to remove that sticky layer, and I'm just applying my favourite foil adhesive. Now it goes on a sort of white blue, but don't worry about that. Once it's dry it goes fully clear, so it helps you see not only when it's dry but where you've applied it. On the pinky finger, or the little finger, I'm going in straight over the top of that layer of Peaches and Cream, and I'm going to apply some of the Don't Be Tacky No Cleanse top coat. Now don't worry about the texture you can see when it applies. It's self-leveling, so you just need to give it a few moments and it will smooth out, as you'll see happening on camera right as we look at it. Be mindful that sometimes these top coats run, and before you cure, make sure you clean up that there's none slipped down those side walls or around by the eponychium. And then we're going to pop into our lamp and cure. Okay, now that foil adhesive has dried, it does look a bit wrinkly, not wrinkly, bumpy. We'll give it a go. I think it's probably because it's so warm in here with all the lights that it's dried a bit freaky with brush strokes in. Now, I want to show you this foil. I went and got a load of foils from Dixie Girl, and this one, I was after a rose gold, and you can see it is rose gold, but it's rose gold holographic. So I'm going to stick to it first. I'm going to get a pair of scissors. I can't make it look as sleek in front of camera as I used to when I didn't show myself. Now you see how much of a numpty I really am. Okay, you see I've just put a load of sticky layer on that one there. Let us cut this foil. Even my cutting isn't great. I'm going to apply this first. It should stick about the centre. What I just do is I pat down, run a finger down and run a finger up. Just want to get that first bit in the centre. Now I'm going to use my silicone hoof stick and start to rub. Now the only issue with this is if you're doing this on natural nails it will look a lot better, but because with enhancements you build up an apex and a C-curve, and it makes the shape a lot more curved, so it can be hard getting that wrinkle-free finish that you really, really want with foils. So you can see I'm just sort of trying to persuade it down the sides. We are going to end up with some wrinkles, so don't panic too much, but you want to try and get it as wrinkle free as you can, really, for that really sharp chrome look. And what should happen as we keep rubbing, it should start to release. You can even get an orange wood stick and give it a good rub with that. But try and keep the flat bit because you don't want to scrape into that foil. Can you tell I haven't done this on an actual nail before? I did it on a nail pop. Wow. Wow. Kate Dix, you have excelled yourself, my darling. I am in love with this foil. Look at it, it's almost like double vision. What I will just do is with that little bit there, I always do this just for any of the fold bits, just push it round in case there's any sticky left. Hopefully there shouldn't be. But if there is, this will fill it in. I'm in love with that. Okay, so let us get our top coat and apply that straight over. Now remember to cap those ends with foils, and we are going to double top coat as well. But let's cure that. On that pinky finger we're going to get our tiara dust and our silicone tool yet again, and we're going to dip it into the tiara, and then we are going to buff it into the surface of that non-cleansed top coat or tack-free top coat. Not really going to see this, it's just as a backup. Then I'm going to take a fan brush and dust off the excess. And now I'm going to take my Give Me Strength, and along with the Give Me Strength I've got my crystal katana, and I have some crystal rose gold SS5 Swarovski crystals right here. Onto that pinky I am going to apply a nice thin layer of Give Me Strength. Now because I'm going straight in over that tiara, I'm going to clean this brush off before I put it back in the bottle because it will get some residue on it. Now whilst that's wet, we are going to apply crystals to it. And starting at the cuticle area, pop them down. I find it easiest to start going in a sort of line down the centre. Now we're going to go in either side now and just keep going, trying to do in between each individual crystal before. The benefit is until we cure the Give Me Strength, we can move these around as we see fit. Okay, so I applied most of them onto the nail. I don't want to go right up to the edge of that tip, and I don't want to go right down the sides because that's when they pop off and it makes the nails look a bit chunky. So all I've literally done here is just pat them down and move them with my finger to spread them out fractionally and leave a slight gap down this side here and the same on the other side. And once you've fiddled about and you're happy, pop it in the lamp to cure. Now once we've cured those crystals, I am just going to add a little of the Let It Shine onto a pad, and then I'm going to take my fine detail brush and I'm just going to add a little bit of top coat on that brush and then put it in between those crystals. You don't want to go over the top of the crystals because it ruins the shine and the sparkle. Places I would try doing this the most are around the tips of the nails because that's where you tend to lose the crystals the most because they get knocked. You don't want that top coat over the top, you want it around the base of those crystals to hold them in place. And then we're going to cure that again in our lamp. And now we're just going to soak a pad with isopropyl alcohol and give a good scrub over and around that nail. Okay, I'm going to go onto the sun. So I have applied one layer of the colour already. I'm going to go in with another layer of the colour. This is so hard to do on your thumb under camera. I have got Magpie Charlotte. Now I've not really used this one before, but it's got a really pretty rose gold colour to it. And what we're doing is we're just going to sprinkle it over, and the little tray is going to catch our spare glitter so that we can put it back in the pot. Now I have sprinkled that glitter straight into the uncured gel polish. This is the sprinkle method, not the burnish method. It does make it much more sparkly. It is, however, a bit of a nightmare when it comes to not getting it too lumpy with these thicker ones. So I'm taking the side of a fan brush and patting down. I'm taking the side because I don't want to dig into that wet polish and cover my brush with it. But at the same time, I don't want to have sharp flakes of glitter sticking right up. I'm going to give a very light brush over the top. A lot of people don't use fan brushes that much, but you know what? I think they're invaluable. Not for what they're probably created for, but they're brilliant. And just don't forget to get under that side there and under the other side. Even pat with your finger, because if you have any bits of glitter sticking down when you've popped it into wet polish and you cure it, it's like having razor blades under your nails. It's so sharp. Obviously, if you're doing this yourself at home or in your salon, it'd be so much quicker when you're not talking someone through it. You can just get on and do it so quickly. Okay, we're going to pop down the lamp now because I'm just going to keep staring at it otherwise. Now that's cured, I'm going to apply 2 layers of my Let It Shine and cure each of the layers in the lamp. And we need 2 layers because it will be a bit lumpy and bumpy. If it's too lumpy and bumpy, apply a 3rd. Don't worry if it's thick. Who cares if it's thick when it's this sparkly? I mean, look at that. Okay, on to our last 2 fingers, which is the ring finger and the index finger. Okay, on that ring finger, after you've applied your Queen Vic, remove that tacky layer that you get after it's been cured. And then we're going to take a fine detailer brush and our black. And I'm just going to apply some of that black onto my little triangle tray, because then I can clean it up afterwards with some isopropyl alcohol and it doesn't get wasted or anything. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to run my brush through that black a few times. If you struggle painting stripes at all, then I do have a video for you in the top right hand corner now, which will show you some tips and tricks and hacks of how to paint stripes. Once you've got it nice and evenly through the brush, I'm going to mark a couple of areas on the nail. And first I'm going to mark the centre right by my free edge. And then I'm going to mark down one side and equally down the other. So what we're going to do first is we're going to run a line up to that centre point. Don't worry if you go past it. And this is going to be a thicker line, so don't panic about it too much. And try and put the shaft of the brush against that nail, because if you just do it with the tip, it wiggles everywhere. Go down those side walls. And then from that tip, I'm just going to go out to the free edge of the nail. Now I'm happy with those. I'm going to flash cure them for 5 seconds just to hold them in place. It's not the full cure, but it will stop me marking or moving or the polish sort of seeping and separating. Now I'm going to go in below that first triangle with another one. I'm going to turn my nail slightly because it's a bit easier then. And meet them together at a point. And right at the base of the nail there, make a mark and then go up to form a diamond. And all I do to make the lines thinner is I'm just lighter with my hand. I push down harder to make the lines thicker, and then I'm much lighter to make the lines thinner. I'm going to just go through like this. I'm going to go onto my index finger and start my design on there. I've also removed the tacky layer off this one. This one I'm going to do a bit of a different design. I'm going to go in the centre and I'm just going to go below that line of the free edge and meet up to it. And the same on the other side. Then again I'm going to go out to each side, and then I'm going to flash cure for 5 seconds. Again, we're just going to do another line underneath that first one I'm not taking it all the way to the edge because I'm going to go back around the other way and join it up. And the same on the other side. Cure again, and then we're going to do something a little bit freaky. We're going to top coat, even though we're not finished. And I'm going to be mixing things up a little bit, quite literally, she says, because I don't have a really nice matte top coat for gel polish. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to apply a regular top coat onto the nails and then apply a nail polish over the top and then finish off with my detailing. So I'm just applying a nice thin layer of Let It Shine. And the same on the index finger as well. And then give it a full cure. And now that's cured, I'm going to just remove that tacky layer. So now I'm taking, what's this one, Matte About You from Essie, which is supposed to be really good. So this is actually the first time I've ever used it. And you can use matte over gel polish, provided that you finish your gel polish look with the top coat to protect it to avoid surface breakdown. You could always do the next stage before applying the matte top coat and then apply the matte top coat round it, but I wanted it completely smooth and I didn't want to risk any build up, although saying that this matte top coat is a lot thinner than the OPI one, so it probably wouldn't have caused as much of a problem. So now I'm going to take some more of my Charlotte and some top coat, but before I do that I'm going to get my foil adhesive and I'm going to apply some onto my little triangle tray, the underside of it. And then I'm going to get my detailer brush and I'm going to apply it onto the nail. I think we'll go for the tip on this one, because if anything is ever going to wear, it's going to be the foil. So we'll put the foil on the finger that's less likely to get chipped. This finger we're going to do the foil down the side, so actually it might be a bit quicker if I get my foil brush. Okay, now let's have some fun. Just a little dot. Some of the Charlotte again. Oh, I'm making a bit of a mess here. Just going to mix this up. That's quite nice consistency there, because you can see it's quite opaque. But if you fiddle with it a bit and leave it, it's got a nice smooth edge, so we've not overdone the glitter on that. Let's push it right over. Let's clean up around it with some alcohol and it will make like a gem effect. What I'm doing is pushing that inside that diamond. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm going to cure it. Now I'm going to get the last of that glitter and pop it on the top of this nail. And as you can see, I'm just patting and pushing to where I want it to be. Benefit on this one is we can draw any excess off that tip. And when you're happy with that, pop it into cure for 50 seconds. Now I'm just going to take the corner of a pad dipped with isopropyl alcohol and just wipe off the tacky layer. We are going to apply our foil, so I've cut another piece, nice and small. Starting on that ring finger, I'm just going to apply it to that tip. Push down, get my silicone tool, just because I find it gives the right sort of pressure without being too forceful. Perfect. We can tidy that up in just a moment. So with an orange wood stick, I'm just going to tidy up very, very carefully that edge. And on the index finger we're going to do exactly the same. I'm going to use the corner of it like that. You can actually, if you don't have a silicone tool, use a brush to push it down if you wanted to. That also works. However, I do like to keep my brushes for specific jobs, like that's my cleanup brush, because I find they last longer. Don't forget to go right down those edges, because that can help it come off. Then just peel off and do exactly the same on the other side. And we need to go over the foil areas to make sure they're protected. I'm just going to go straight over there and I'm going to try and keep it off that black, just because I want to keep the black matte. And I am going to remember to go right round that capping at the edge there, so we can add a crystal to it before it goes in the lamp. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on the index finger. And again, just going to go straight over that foil. So I know this has been a really detailed one, but the end is in sight. It is time to remove that tacky layer. Once you've removed that tacky layer with 99% isopropyl alcohol, it's time to cuticle oil. And because we've used a matte top coat, try to avoid getting the cuticle oil on the top coat, because otherwise you'll have to cleanse it. And here are the finished nails. These are so special. It has been ages since I've done a like super arty, creative nail art design, and I was really feeling the need to sort of throw everything in the mix. I've deliberately gone for a few different shades of rose gold here because I love rose gold. I loved rose gold before it was fashionable. I don't think you could add any more bling in. We've got diamonds, we've got chrome, we've got glitter, and we've got foil, and the foil is rose chrome holo. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I've got quite a few videos you guys have requested, which is fabulous because I love giving you what you want. I need to say a huge thank you to all the VIPs, and if you want to become a Natasha Lee VIP, we've got some very, very exciting things on the horizon coming in the near future. And if you want to know more about that, head on over to natashalee.vip. If that's not your sort of thing, please don't worry. If you've enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button, and next to it is a teeny tiny little bell. And if you click that, it will eventually notify you when I upload. However, please don't forget to give this video a big like, and I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon.